Here we go.
All right.
Oh, I'm just making sure we're going to YouTube because that has happened.
I feel like I'll be late to my own funeral.
No, not for your own funeral.
It's late. How does that even work?
Hi, everyone. Hope you all are well. We're discussing chapters 1 through 10 of The Battle of the Labyrinth by Uncle Rick Riordan. And we have Michelle. Michelle's here. Hi. Bree's trying to get something to drink. She really wanted popcorn. It didn't happen.
Yeah. It's a setup, really.
No.
It's a setup.
I know. I'm like, I got home. I left work early today because we were kind of slow. And so I was like, oh, I have plenty of time. I'm like dilly-dallying, getting dinner on the smoker. I was taking a long old shower. I'm like, I get out, it's like 4:07. I'm like, oh, I gotta go.
Wow. It's the fact that you had dinner in the smoker for me.
Yep, got dinner in the smoker, doing some St. Louis style ribs.
I feel like y'all be eating good over there.
I try. We'll see how it turns out. Like we have this like it's like a pork rub that you put on pork. It has like paprika, has brown sugar, it has the garlic, chili powder, has all the good stuff, right? And then I'll put like a layer of honey on the ribs, put this seasoning on there, and then I tried something different. Usually I do like a boat of like apple juice, but this time I cut up an actual apple and kind of laid it on the pork ribs. So we're gonna try it out. We're gonna try.
Wow.
Michelle says make the popcorn.
You know what? You're probably not right.
She said, I know that's right. You know.
When I'm hungry, I look like I'm a scavenger. Just like
come on over, we got plenty. This rack is like this big.
Only if I ate pork, you know?
No, I know.
I don't mess around with the pork.
Not the pork.
No.
But what about bacon?
No.
No?
I haven't eaten pork in many, many years.
Do you follow Tabitha Brown?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So she has this recipe where she makes
carrots.
Yeah, it's out of carrots. And I'm like, I wanted to try it. I wanted to try it really bad just to see how it would be.
I thought about trying it, but I was like, Tabitha's crazy.
The way she did it, it literally looked like it had like the fatty bits in there and everything.
You can't trust that vegan. No, I'm just kidding.
Like it's magical what she's doing.
Like, you can't trust her. Anyway, I'm making the popcorn. It's been made.
Gotta do it.
Yeah. All right. I just been eating a lot of popcorn lately, and I'm just not mad about it.
I love popcorn. Such an easy snack.
It is.
I love it.
Anyway.
How's everybody on this April? It's April Fool's Day, but it's not a joke here. We're going live.
And I'm walking around and doing everything. Then what needs to be done?
And what needs to be done?
I'll get up probably a couple more times.
Oh, Michelle says try it. Try the vegan bacon.
Tried, it worked. Really?
You know, it's got to be the liquid smoke. The liquid smoke gives it that, you know. My dad used to do that on, like, he used to make his own beef jerky. He would just get, like, a London broil, slice it real thin, and do the liquid smoke. And he had this whole recipe, and it was, like, the best beef jerky I ever had in my life. It does. It gives it this really good smoky flavor, obviously.
Because it's liquid smoke.
Oh. Click. But all right, so we got Battle of the Labyrinth. I don't know. I think I like your edition more.
I mean, every book looks like this in my edition. There's no variety. Whew.
No variety.
You
So
didn't see that yarn. You may have, but
yes, the vegan bake. I'm gonna try it. I'm just gonna try it and see. It might change my life.
oh, I'm gonna get
But
your
so I
popcorn.
did.
It's gonna be great.
I did post in Discord today how I thought it was really funny how Percy just all the books have started the same, where he goes to try a different school, something happens, he's like, I gotta go to camp.
Poor Percy.
And then he always either leaves a message for his mom or calls his mom kind of to explain what happened and leaves her to clean up the mess. Always.
Every time.
Bye.
I'm like, how is she so chill? I think me and Michelle talked about that. Like, how is she so chill? I may have burned my popcorn, but whatever.
That's okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, both of the books. Cool.
Oh.
Yeah, a couple people are like literally every single book. That was Heather. Aaron's like his poor mom. Michelle's like, I know, right?
Mm-mm.
You said his mom is just along for the ride at this point. I was.
He's like, look, if you live, you live.
He
If
lives.
you ain't here, you ain't here.
And I was like, if you mess up this thing she has going with Mr. Blowfish, I'm not going to be happy. She deserves some happiness.
I suspect Mr. Blowfish is a monster in disguise.
Do you? I never even thought that. I
do.
never even thought that.
And I don't like his name. So Uncle Rick, you should have thought more about that.
Blowfish instead of Blowfish. Yeah, I was like, if I hope, it's so hard to trust people. So hard to trust. And then Quintus, I don't trust him. I did like, as soon as we introduce new people, I'm like, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. Every new person, I'm like, I don't trust you.
I still don't trust Annabelle.
Oh gosh. Yeah, she's still whining about how Luke is he's the one that's being controlled and
I mean, I feel like Luke's Lord. I feel like Luke put a hex on her or
something because she cannot let it go.
She can't. She wants that old thing back.
She cannot let it go.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I guess it's because we're only getting Percy's point of view. We don't know, like, from their points of view, the history. I mean, we know some of the history, but we don't know, like, if, like, their history and what their thoughts and feelings are. I want his mom to be happy too.
I actually want his mom to be back with Poseidon.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
And I want her to become immortal. Next thing you know, she got wings. She's flying away.
Side-eye the new people. For reals. Yes.
I am happy one of my favorite gods were mentioned, or goddesses were mentioned briefly.
Which one was that?
Hera.
Oh, yeah. Hera came to the party. I'm like, don't trust her. She's only in it for herself.
Yep.
Just like every god and goddess.
I would argue that she's more vengeful and spiteful.
Mm-hmm.
Even than the Zeus, I would say.
Yeah. Yep, for sure.
Mm-hmm. I really want to talk about something that happened in chapter 11, but I won't. But I'm ready to start wherever you want.
I mean, I did read on until chapter 13, so we can talk about chapter 11 if you want. So, yeah, like I said, we got some new people, and then just jumping right into it, the one scene that really kind of hit me really hard was when Percy and Nico were summoning Bianca's ghost, and
Let's talk about it.
it was that was kind of deep, something that I wouldn't expect in a middle grade book,
Right?
because it kind of dived into the fact that Bianca's like, we're getting to the heart of the matter. You're not mad at Percy. You're mad at me. You're mad at me for joining the hunt. You're mad at me for dying and leaving you. And there is that stage of the grieving process is anger.
Yeah.
And whether it be anger at the circumstances that happen to take your loved one away, anger at, the person, like Bianca said, for dying and leaving them behind, anger at God, if you have that belief system where you're like, why did you do this? Why me? Kind of thing. So that was really rough. I thought it was going to be a turning point for Nico, but I don't think so, because she even said, like, the fatal flaw for Hades' like children is holding grudges and not being able to forgive.
Mm-hmm.
So
to be so wise at 12.
I know.
Like, let's take a moment. To be so wise at 12. And then Nico, I wanted to, man, that kid annoyed the shit out of me.
When they met up at the ranch and he was just like, they let my sister die. They want to kill me. I'm like, no, they don't. They have never let on that they wanted to kill you. Never, ever. Like, what are you even saying? Like, from the first point, before you even ran away and you were so angry at Percy at the end of the last book, he wanted to protect you from those skeleton zombie things. But there was no indication that he wanted to see you dead. Like, why would you think that?
And then for this kid to be like, don't ever say my sister's name. And, I knew he was grieving, but.
Yeah.
And then for his sister to even tell him, don't blame Percy for what I chose to do. He still blamed Percy.
Exactly.
And this kept bringing me back to that chapter. It's like a promise I shouldn't have made.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Always trust your gut. Percy does have some really strong gut feelings that, when he says something like that, it's a promise I shouldn't have made. Oh, I don't think I won't see him for a long time. Or he always says something like that in the beginning of the book before he goes off to Camp Half-Blood or before he goes off on a quest or something. Mm-hmm. He always says something like that. And I'm like, you need to trust your gut instinct, because it is usually always 100% right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Especially in those circumstances,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and like in this book, when he was talking to Blackjack, he was like, I had a feeling I wasn't going to see Blackjack for a while. And I'm like, that means we won't see Blackjack.
I'm just really happy that our boy Tyson came and cleaned up his room.
Yeah, I know. Seriously. He was just like, I don't know who came in and like usually did the cleaning, but they always did his cabin last or something. He said something to that effect, and he's like, so it probably is the same as I left it, with like candy wrappers everywhere. My bed's not made. I'm like, and then Tyson's in there just sweeping away, and he was like, Percy.
You just don't know what he has in a brother.
He does not. He doesn't. But I liked Tyson. Tyson like showed some growth in this book as well, because he was saying how he was scared of Grover and that he didn't really want to be partners with Grover in that one exercise that they were doing. Mm-hmm. And then by the middle part of this book, when Grover was like, I have to go
and find Pan
because I feel like this is the way I need to go. I feel it. And, the spider was going off this way, so the rest of the pack needed to go that way. And he was like, okay, well, we need to split up. And they're like, no, it's too dangerous. And Tyson's like, I'll go with Grover. I'm just like.
Because he say, because I trust friends and Grover is my friend or something?
Yeah. Because he's like, I'm nothing like Hephaestus. I trust my friends.
Right.
Yes.
Michelle, when you said scam, I was like, who are you scamming?
Scam.
I'm like a whole scam artist online.
Sometimes I have days like that where autocorrect is not treating me right.
I'm tired of autocorrect. Keep thinking I'm saying ducking.
Never in my life have I ever meant to say ducking. Never. Never.
It's a real life setup.
It's like, are you sure you're meaning to say that curse word? Like, stop trying to censor me. Autocorrect.
Right.
Stop
The
trying.
world already do that enough. I don't need that.
And we do see Rachel Elizabeth Dare. We see her in the beginning. She goes to that school, and he was like, "You live in New York?" He's like, She's like, "Do you think I lived at Hoover Dam?" Like, I don't know. So, like, come on.
I liked her.
So I think she knows. Like, we saw her last book. We saw her at the beginning of this book. I feel like she's gonna play a role either at the end of this book or in the coming books. Because especially when they come in. Well, now since I read ahead, I don't know when this stops. So.
I'll be honest. I don't remember Rachel from the last book. She must not been memorable for me.
She was the one when they were in the dam, and Percy was running away from those soldiers, the skeleton soldiers, and then she saw them. She saw through the mist and saw what they really were, and or the guards. And she was, when the guards were hunting after Percy as well, she's like, hide and I will tell the guards to go, or like they went this way or whatever. So that was her.
Still nothing, but I hear you.
Still nothing.
I don't know why. Just nothing. I'm wondering if she's a daughter of Athena.
I don't know. I'm still stuck because he in the last book, Percy did say that she had eyes like his. So I'm just wondering.
Oh, now I know who we're talking about. All you had to do was say that line.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. I feel like in every live I'm eating something.
That's fine. That is totally fine.
It's like my favorite snack. It's not good for your teeth, but I be eating it.
Or is it kind of like licorice?
Yeah, soft and chewy. It's vegan. I love it.
Oh, I never had that.
Mm-hmm. Best thing ever.
I seem like in all the lives I'm drinking something, so.
Like one of these lives, I'm gonna show up with wine.
I was like, it's off work. It's like a Pavlovian response. As soon as I walk in the door, I'm like, alcohol.
I'm always eating something.
Hi, Deidre. You
Hi,
always
girl.
always
I've missed you. I've missed you so much.
How are you? I was like, who is Rachel?
Like, who? Harpo, who man is this?
Oh, that's so funny.
Nah, I was trying to feed this body.
Yep. Just because you were hungry, because I was talking about my own dinner.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was supposed to make some Brussels sprouts and salmon.
Ooh, I like Brussels sprouts and salmon.
Mm-hmm. But I forgot. Instead, I worked till around 6 o'clock.
Oh.
So like an hour and a half after when I'm supposed to class. I'm usually really good at being like, it's 4:30, I'm done.
Gotta go. Yep.
But today, I wanted to catch up on some stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely in like 3:30. Gotta go. I'm alive. I'm glad you're alive. And you're here. Yay.
She's alive and she don't respond to my texts.
Ooh.
And I'm the worst at texting back. Nicole is like, I want to drink to that.
I'll send you a Voxer, and you'll You'll respond to me on Twitter. I think it's because with Voxer notifications, it doesn't have like the little number by the app. At least my phone doesn't. Like I'll get notifications like on my screen, but if I'm actually going in and searching through my apps to clear notifications, it never has like the little number by the app like all my other apps do. And I'm like, why don't you count?
And to be fair, usually I'm on my computer, then I'm on my phone.
Mhm.
So when my phone, I don't even know where it's at. That's how much I really don't be. Where is it though? That's a good question. Anyway, it's somewhere around here. So
Ooh.
I always have Twitter up.
Uh-huh.
So that's why I respond quicker on Twitter because I'm always on my laptop.
Got it. And I'll just be like, yeah, I messaged you in Voxer.
Yeah, because I went directly to Twitter today, and you're like, I messaged you on Instagram, and then I went to Instagram.
Okay.
But I always go
Send the
directly.
link via Twitter. Send the link.
Yeah,
via Twitter.
Twitter is like the good inbox to get me. You can get me on Twitter. Although there's sometimes your girl forget about Twitter. So I don't really know. It depends on what the wind blows at this point.
You're like, I can be anywhere. I could literally be anywhere.
Anywhere. Just hanging out. Oh, you see how Deidre claims she didn't see it?
See it.
Is it because I'm tall? What's the truth? But yeah.
When I found out how tall you were, I was shocked.
People, I don't get that. I thought I looked very tall.
It's hard when this is all you see of someone. It's hard to. I always think I just automatically just assume people are this exact same height as me.
Yeah. I can look at somebody and be like, "Oh, I'm taller than them," or maybe they're about my height. No, they're definitely taller than them.
You're taller than me.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, I already knew that, but I was just like, but yeah, it's hard out here being 6'1".
Goddess.
Where is my crown? No.
I'll send you one.
I'm gonna say this. I think that Percy Jackson and what's her name? Annabelle like each other, but ain't nobody's making a move.
No, yeah, nobody. Well, Annabeth did make a move. She kissed him.
That's in chapter 11.
Who is it?
I was trying not to say it. And you done spoil these people. We supposed to be talking about the chapter 10. She said Annabelle hit him. So just so y'all know, they had a little battle and
right in the lip.
And, and Annabeth won, of course. So that's what y'all heard.
Right.
What do y'all think about Rachel and Annabeth? Like together?
Like how they interact with each other? When they first, in the beginning, when Percy and Rachel were running out of the school after it looked like he caught a cheerleader on fire.
He was rude.
Just straight left, like, bye. Yeah. Sorry, Mr. Blowfist. Gotta go. And Annabeth was there. And it looks like she was saying something and she was like, oh, she's kind of cute. I'm like, what?
As soon as she said that, I was like, oh, you only said that because you feeling some type of way for young Perseus. And I was thinking like, wait, what was I thinking? Oh, it's also around that scene. I kept like just replaying in my mind, like was half-bloods, right? So half-bloods can't do anything. Like you can't even use the phone. It's gonna let the monsters know where you're at. So I'm like, what can you pee in peace? Can you do number 2 in peace? Can you eat in peace? Like, what can you do? Because you can't say their name out loud or you attract them. So I was just like, what can you do? Like, do you send a telegram? Do you send a letter? Can it have your scent in the leather? You know what I meant? Or is only like that water trick the only way to Trick
Oh,
him.
the iris message?
Yeah, the iris message. There we go.
I
I'm
would
glad
think
you
that
know.
would be some kind of magical tracking too for that, with
Oh
the
yeah.
iris message. But I feel like I don't know. I feel like whenever Percy goes somewhere, like new school, and then you have these people who are after him. I feel like these people have been at that school, whether it be a teacher, those cheerleaders. I feel like those people were established. They've been going to that school, and he was just the unlucky person to waltz right in, and they noticed him. Like,
Yeah.
the luck is so bad. It's not like he was
Yeah.
there first and they found him and then they kind of made their way. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
I feel like they were there and then Percy just happens to show up in their domain and they're like, amazing. Awesome.
Yeah, they ready to take him out.
Yeah.
They ready to take him out. But I feel like Blowfish is either Blowfish is like a god of good,
Okay.
or he is working with Kronos.
I have a theory
Okay, speak your truth.
that I think Mr. Blowfist is actually Poseidon, but like in like human like guys or like
Like he's doing like a shimmer thing,
yeah.
kind of like Charmed, you know, when they shimmer into somebody else.
He can see through mist though, so that really doesn't work out. But I'm just like Mr. Blowfish, Mr. Blowfish, fish, sea, Poseidon.
Yeah, that's a reach, but I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. I'm just finding pathways really.
Yeah, I
I'll
mean,
make my own bridge.
also, what if he was created by Poseidon through some air and a dark berry? You know, it's just crazy how these gods come to life. Through like,
Uses
Athena was coming to life through good thoughts. I just,
yeah.
you know.
And then he kind of uses as like uses Mr. Blowfish as like a mirror to see like what all is going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or his body is hijacked by like the most world class demon who can just like, I don't know. At this point, it's, you know, the return of the body snatchers.
Snatch. Michelle likes the thought.
Yeah. Michelle, have you read them all yet?
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah. Don't tell us. Don't tell us. But yeah, so that's the struggle. That's the heel that I keep thinking about. But you know, here we are. Also, these three old men on the council is trash.
Oh gosh, when they were giving Grover the third degree, like you really think Pan talked to you of all of the satyrs? I'm like, first of all, he's Grover. Watch your tone. He
Right?
deserves respect.
Back. Don't get beat up. All right. I'll take your food from you. How you like that?
And it's like, you're just jealous because Pan didn't reach out to you. He's literally the one satyr in however many thousands of years that even got kind of the closest, littlest hint of Pan. And I'm just like, what's the bother? Like, why is it such a bother for him to go exploring and try to find him? Like, why is it bothering you? Why do you got to take his little like search and rescue card away?
Yeah.
Like, wow. I'm like, what's the issue? What are we really mad about?
Yeah. And I'm also like, who gives out search and rescue cards? You can't just roam freely. Like, what
Right.
if you search without a card? Like, do you lose your hooves?
Oh,
What's the magic
probably.
system around that?
They probably lock you away. Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
you're reading them with us. Got it. So this is
Okay.
your first time. Got it.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I should say, I only had the first 3 books of your version. Yeah, but then I gave them to the library because I already had that other collection.
Mhm.
It just didn't make sense to have 18 copies of the same book.
Got it. And I saw you got those 2 editions or you got the Kane Chronicles and then you got Trials of Apollo, right?
And then I also got Magnus like a couple months ago.
I'm working on collecting Trials of Apollo.
Is that what I got?
You got Trials of Apollo and you got Kane Chronicles. You bought Kane Chronicles and then someone gave you Trials of Apollo.
I'm really glad that you were paying attention because I was like, I don't know who I have. I swear. I'll forget some shit. I don't know.
And I got to collect Magnus too, I think.
Yeah.
I have one book in that series. And I think I have one book in Trials of Apollo.
Okay. Oh man, where's my cellular device?
Where is it? I once read them when my son was little and he's 22 years old. I don't remember what I read back then. That's true.
That's true. That's true.
22 years old. Wow.
Wow, that kid's living.
Congratulations.
That's how old my nephew is.
Yeah,
so you had him in what, 98, 97, 99?
Something, one of those years. One of them.
They hating on Grover.
Yeah. It's got to be 98 or 9. Yeah.
Yeah, my nephew about to be 23, so he was born in 98.
My nephew just had a baby, so I have a great nephew, and I'm like,
oh yeah, me too. Ain't it crazy? Yeah, he had her in December. My little Shiloh.
Oh,
did I show you pictures?
I saw your one picture when you were in that beautiful dress.
Yeah, I don't know how people knowing the dress is beautiful for me. It's only like a piece of it.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
Well, if you insist, I'm not going to deny this.
I have spoken. They are holding on Grover for sure.
Yeah.
Grover is smarter than they give him. Yes, absolutely.
98. I was right. Okay. It's time to show photos. Just going to take a minor pause.
Put a pin in Percy Jackson. Photos.
Okay. Look at that kid.
Yes, I saw that one. So adorable. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
She's so cute.
Baby Beaver. I have baby Beaver. So precious.
Oh, look at her. She's like, I'm going to eat your shirt.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat it up. It's me now. So yeah, she's cute. She's a cutie pie. You gotta love her.
Yeah, my great nephew, like he had a hold of my hair the last time I saw him, and he would not let go. I was like, let go.
Yeah. How dare they age us?
Right?
I told my nephew, how dare you make me a great aunt at 30?
How dare the audacity?
I said I'm in my prime. He started
laughing. Remember when you were born, sir.
Yeah. He always try to act like he loves me more. I'm like, first off, not possible unless you change one of your diabolical shits. Nothing, sir. Nothing. Anyway, so what were some other parts that you liked? I got no more.
Not the bag being empty. Not the bag being empty.
There is no more. Okay, and I ate all the popcorn, man. There's like no.
We've only been live for 30 minutes.
First off, it had to go. All right, I underlined nothing, but nothing. Yeah. To be honest, I usually try to do a hybrid read, but I didn't have time, so I just audiobooked.
Audiobooked it. Yep. Michelle thinks she's precious.
'Cause she is.
Precious. Okay.
She's Levinson. Oh, the Labyrinth. Let's talk about that.
So, Daedalus, and I liked the whole when Percy was dreaming and he was getting those visions of Daedalus and then Icarus. Icarus was, you have that in mythology that he flew too close to the sun, melted the wax on his wings, and he plummeted to his death in the sea. And then there was another vision that Percy was having when Daedalus was with his nephew, or he kept calling this boy kept calling him uncle, and he killed him. And I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, I don't remember that either. And I was like, do I need to do more reading on stuff? Because the stuff I read didn't say that.
Right. Or maybe it's just something that's he takes the original mythology, and then he just like kind of expands it to fit
It could
more
be,
in
yeah.
his
It
book.
very well could be, yeah.
And
Yeah, I
so
was
I
like,
thought that was
oh,
very strange. And who I have wait. I have a post-it note about that because I think it was Athena. Athena got very angry at him for doing that.
yeah.
So
I'm on the fence now with Athena because of how harshly she judged Percy.
yeah.
Yeah, at first I was like team Athena. Now I'm ready to, catch her out in these streets. She can get these hands. No, I'm just kidding. Not really, but
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. I was like, my girl, you really losing it? Like this is where you living?
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like how are you going to be like I don't approve of you with my daughter kind of thing when you're not even there for your daughter?
Amen.
Like I feel like you don't have really any room to talk. I really don't.
You got nothing to say.
Nothing. I can't find it
Yeah.
right. Maybe I will find it. But so yeah, in the whole maze, how it's basically it's like here's the Earth's crust, or here's and then there's the labyrinth right there that you could basically get anywhere in the world through this labyrinth, and they're traveling back and forth between like California and New York. And doesn't time work differently when they're in the labyrinth? Because
Yeah.
when they
A
were
few
first
minutes could be an
there,
hour. Mm-hmm.
yeah, they were gone for an hour, and um, and then they kept saying how the lab it keeps expanding, like it keeps getting bigger. So I really feel like it has like it's almost like an entity of
Of
itself.
its own, yeah.
It was created and built, but I feel
I
like
mean,
character.
wasn't Tyson's talking about the walls of it, like he was afraid of the walls of the labyrinth?
Yeah. Hmm.
So I'm like, it had to be a living thing of some sort.
Yeah. Because it was tricking them too.
Yeah.
Like it was tricking them into, and that's why no one, like, people were getting lost, and um it's very like its own entity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the guy with the three bodies, I forgot his name.
Oh, at the ranch.
Yeah, the guy with the three bodies at the ranch. He said something that I absolutely agreed with. He
Hmm.
was like, no, sorry. It wasn't him. It was Hephaestus,
Oh, okay.
whatever his name is.
Hmm.
But anyway, he was saying like, I will help you only if you go to this layer and like see what's going on. And he laughed and was like, oh, half bloods always, just quick to be like to make a deal, and they don't know what the terms of the deal was. And I was
Right.
like, exactly. Y'all just don't learn. How y'all don't learn y'all lesson right now that these gods is literally using y'all as pawns.
Exactly. They're using you as pawns in like this, bigger war that's happening, because it's easier for them to let you do it than for them to do it themselves. And that's literally, if you die, that's fine, kind of thing.
Yeah, so I was like, y'all gotta learn y'all lesson. But then I was like,
Mhm.
but would Percy ever though? His fatal flaw is other people. So he'll
Yeah.
constantly be doing things with
Yep.
the underneath the guise that he's saving other people.
Yeah. Whether like, because if his friend is in trouble, or if it's something to do with the prophecy that he feels is about him, he's always going to have a foot in it.
Yeah. But
Mhm.
then in this book though, I was confused because in in the Titan's curse, he seemed pretty convicted that the prophecy was about him.
Yeah.
Although in here, when they revisited the prophecy, he was like, "Oh, if it's me," he's like, he kind of like started to separate himself from it, and I was like, "Bruh, either you down or you not. Like, what's
Yeah.
happening here?"
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care at all. And
No,
they
they
don't
didn't.
care because it's not just any half-bloods. Those are your children that you're just letting, take the reins and fight this battle for you, which is
Right. I also was thinking, like,
makes me mad too.
I also was like, I kind of want Kronos. Cronus. I kind of want Kronos to become fully actualized so he can just destroy some shit and for like all the half-bloods to be like, I told y'all,
Yeah,
kind of thing. So
exactly. And kind of just be looking up, be like, okay, are you gonna do something? Like you're sitting there, safe in your cloud kind of thing when we're down here dealing with the real,
the real deal. The real deal. You see Coralie trying to get into the photo. Coralie, chill out. Chill out, Coralie. You're being extra today.
It's like I need my spotlight.
Yeah, Coralie, she extra. Look at you. You miss me. I get it.
I get it. I just want to be next to you, Mom.
I want to be next to you. Yeah.
My pups are with their dad. They're usually in here with me, but Dad's home, so I'm chopped liver apparently.
I'm chopped liver.
Apparently. So I can go through my post-it notes. My first post-it note, page 3. Page 3. Like I can't even get a full.
Dang. There were some jokes that I really wish that I highlighted, but I just laughed and just kept going.
And just enjoyed it in the moment.
Yeah, I did. I was like, that's funny.
Hey, Jess, how are you?
Hey.
So my first post-it note is when he first runs into those cheerleaders.
Yeah.
One was blonde with icy blue eyes. The other was African American with dark curly hair like Medusa's. And believe me, I know what I'm talking about. I'm like, really, Uncle Rick? Not like Medusa's.
Also, it's like, if you this far into this series, why would we not know what you're talking about?
You just had to make that comparison. Like,
yeah.
Like, what? Okay, Cora.
Like, okay, Cora. Chill. She just got to be a part of everything, which is why I just be having her in all my videos now. She just got to be. It's just like who she thinks she is. She's really out here fanning out.
She's used to the spotlight now. If she's always in your videos, she's used to it.
She's like, I'm gonna need some.
Yes, really, that was a line in this book.
Yeah.
Yes. So my next post note is when he first recognizes Rachel Elizabeth Dare, and he's like, "Oh, I have to hide." I'm like, "Why? Why do you have to hide?" Like, I don't understand.
That's what I was thinking when I couldn't recall her. I was like, "Did you fight her? Did she beat you up?"
It's like literally the last time he saw her was in the Hoover Dam when she was like, "Oh, I'll make the guards go the other way, like you hide," kind of thing. So it's really like you owe her a thank you, like not like, "Oh, I'm gonna hide." And then he says, like, when they were in, I think they might have been in the gym or the auditorium or something, and she, notices him, and she's like, "What are you doing here?" And he was like, "It was her, my red-headed nightmare." Why is she a nightmare? Like, you really thinking about her all that often? Like,
listen, now that he got options, he don't know how to act.
He's got options. Yeah, because there was a couple lines where he was like thinking about her, and when she gave him her phone number on his hand, like he unwillingly memorized it. I'm like, what? I don't understand. I don't.
It's like you couldn't even remember the name of the gods in classes, and Annabeth would be so upset with you because you don't pay attention, but you pay attention to a number. Okay.
Right? Teenage boys seem much more likely to hide from a girl than to say, right?
Listen, Stitch Witch, where's the lie?
I don't see it.
Yep.
Only truths here.
Yep. Only truths.
Only truths. I'm just like, really? Like, you owe her a thank you. You should not be hiding from her. Like, maybe he just didn't want to have to keep lying to her and keep her secret because he spilled the beans like that. He spilled the beans where he's like, I'm a half-blood, everything you know about mythology is real. And even Annabeth was like, you
Like,
told
what would
her
you
this?
do? Right, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I'm saying I think she's a child of one of the big three.
Yeah. I'm
She
keep
has to.
getting that's a hill I'm gonna die on until we know for sure. That's a hill I'm gonna die on. And it's only because he's like, oh, she has eyes exactly the same color green as mine. Like,
But
why?
I don't need Uncle Rick setting it up for us to get some incest vibes. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't need Uncle Rick to do us like they. Have you ever seen that TV show, Shadow? What is it called? Shadow something.
The full government name.
The full government. He was like, "Oh, that's Patricia Renee Arthur." Like,
Every time he thinks of her, he says her full name, Rachel Elizabeth Dare. Like that's
yeah,
I'm like, really?
yeah. He got it tattooed somewhere, y'all. I wouldn't put it past him.
Stitched in his underwear. Yeah.
Not the lining. No, I'm just kidding.
The lining.
So yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah. Until we know for a fact that it's someone else. But especially when you're thinking like if they are related, then it's like the incestual thing. It's like, is it? Yeah, not incest.
Yeah.
Is it a YA novel or like a young adult novel if there's not some sort of incestual undertones? Like, are we thinking shadow hunters? Are we
Yeah, there we go. I was like, what is the name of the movie? I was like, it's Shadow something. And then you said Shadow Hunter. I didn't read the book because who has the time? But apart from that, I'm not gonna lie. When I first got on BookTube, and that's way before I started my channel, years before I started my channel, I was like, man, all these white people reading the same book.
Yep.
I'm gonna wait till the TV show come out. And then it came out, and I was like, okay.
Okay.
It.
People hate on the TV show, but it's like a guilty pleasure of mine.
Yeah, I liked it, even though Clarice, I wanted to give her these hands. Yeah, the 1, 2, the 3, 4, sometimes the 10, 11.
Really, why I like this show is because of the actor who plays Magnus.
Oh, I love
Harry Slum Jr.
Oh
I
my
love him
God.
so much.
Magnus
And
did not
chemistry between him and Matthew Daddario. I'm like, oh my gosh, God, can you just give me a real life, please?
I loved Annabelle. I loved Annabelle, the actress who played her role.
Oh, in the movies, yes.
Yeah, in the movie, yeah. I was like, oh my God. Yes, but then I felt like they really try to come at us with Clarice, huh?
What is her first name? Her last name is Daddario. What is her first name?
Oh, I don't know. But I just really felt like they tried to play us with Clarice or Clary hair. It first gave us burnt orange, then it gave us orange, then it gave us redhead, and it was like, then it gave us strawberry blonde. So I was like, what are we doing?
What are we? If you watch like the original, like the movie with Lily Collins and Jamie Campbell Bower or Bower Campbell something, yeah, she had like, it was so dark. It's like you could barely tell. Like maybe in the sun you could tell it was red. It was like this auburn color.
What? Hold on.
Alexandra Daddario. That's who played Annabeth in the movies. Percy Jackson.
I'm really mad that they stopped the movies of it was like vampire something. Oh my God. They were at a school, it's 2 girls. The vampire something. God, I have to think about, but I really liked it.
Vampire Academy.
Vampire Academy. There we go.
I love to read those books.
Yeah, I read the first 2 or 3, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna head out here. Not because it was bad. I just was like, okay.
I've owned those books for so long, and I still have not read them.
Yikes. Oh, you own them?
I do. I own the entire series.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember the movie.
Oh, are you looking at it? Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like checking out the movie. I remember the movie. The movie was nice. Ooh, it did 95.3 million.
What was the budget though?
The budget was 60.
That's not bad. I mean, people were thinking like it tanked. Like, well, maybe like fans didn't like it, you know?
Yeah. I wish people who read books weren't so harsh on the movies. And when I say people, I mean me.
And I was like, what if it's not it has to be an exact replica of the book or I'm not happy.
Yeah, same.
I haven't watched the movie. Books are awesome. I haven't watched the movie either. I haven't absorbed any of the lore. Haven't done it.
I honestly thought the books, and this is just based off my lack of memory, I thought the books were very close to the movie.
Oh, did you?
But this is like based off me seeing it in 20.
I like the actress that's in it.
Huh?
I like the actress that's in it.
Yeah.
I can't think of her name right now, but
Me either.
I like her. Let me see. I'm going through my post notes just to see if I can find something that we haven't talked about yet. Oh, the iris messages that were being sent to Percy, and he called them like, I'd never gotten a collect iris message before. Like he had to pay money to watch it.
Was it the prank call one?
And then it like cut off. He's like, please insert another drachma if you want to like see another 5 minutes or something. I'm like, oh my gosh.
It's like, you don't get it, bruh.
It's like, this is important.
Yeah.
I read the first book after I saw the movie and I liked the movie. Oh, you like the movie more. Okay.
It was good. I'm being honest.
Interested more now. Yeah, that's very few and far between where you have, when a book is adapted into film, whether it be, movie or TV show, where you actually like the adaptation better than you like the source material. So that's interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of how I am with Discovery of Witches. I love the show a whole lot more than I like the books.
The book is really taking me 12 years to get involved. And Deidre, goddamn, you came and rain on our parade.
The movies are trash. I
will die on it. Well, go ahead, start making them arrangements, boo. Go ahead, make them arrangements.
Oh my god!
You were like, sure, I'll be one of those first ladies in the front seat.
And Deidre's no, we're all excited to watch the movie.
We're like, yeah, the movie's great, and Deidre's like, garbage.
It's like actually trash.
Yeah, I guess it'd be like that.
Oh my gosh!
I guess F our drag, F it.
Oh,
okay. What's your next sticky note? Following
that we have not talked about. We talked about that. Oh, okay. This was just like a little funny thing that I got a little. It made me laugh. So this was Juniper talking to Percy and Annabeth, and how it's like, it's Grover. He seems so distraught. All year he's been looking out for Pan, and every time he comes back, it's worse. I thought maybe at first he was seeing another treat. And I'm like, not seeing another treat.
That was one of the funny parts. I was like, these goddamn daters are too funny.
And then Annabeth is like, I'm sure that's not it.
Sure.
He had a crush on a blueberry bush once.
No, I still think that the funniest attraction he ever had was to Artemis. He's like, yeah, I'll do whatever. Yeah, I got you. Like he was just like,
oh God,
so
he was falling over himself for her.
Yeah.
Discovery of Witches was my first DNF ever in life, but I
will. Deidre, get out of my head, okay? Because you're sneaking in there. I'm gonna have to say the same thing, but I'm trying to pick it back up. But like when I really started becoming an avid reader, everything before that I would read to completion, even if I like didn't like it, and I didn't read a lot. So I was like, I guess I'll finish this book. But when I started becoming an avid reader, I was like, no, I don't not finish books. Mm-hmm. And then I got a Discovery of Witches because the word witches, and I'm like, this is gonna be good. And then I started listening. I started reading it, and I was like, it's garbage. And then And then I started listening to the audiobook and I was like, it gets worse.
Oh,
So
no.
I was just like, I'm gonna just not read it right now. That's all I did. Now, so yeah, I agree with you. It was the same for me. It was the first book I felt bad that I didn't finish.
It was I just, like it had everything that I could possibly want. Witches in London, a love interest that's a vampire. I'm just like, "This is right up my alley. This checks every single box in, like, my heart." And then I start reading it, I was like, "How can this be so epically bad when it has all these things in it?"
Yep. And
I just don't understand.
did you know the TV show has been like described as an adult Twilight?
Yes. I'm like, "No, it's not. Just because something has vampires in it doesn't mean it's this Twilight. It does no. Vampires were around before Twilight, and vampires will be around long after we hopefully forget about Twilight."
Nobody will ever forget about it.
So, but I really like the show because I love Teresa Palmer and I love Matthew Good. Like, their chemistry is so, so good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
okay.
I keep telling myself, finish the book first and then watch the movie. I mean, the TV show, but I just,
Just watch the show.
yeah.
It's so much better.
It's so good.
And I think it's just because that author, what I really didn't like about it, that author could not write a romance to save her life. She can't do it.
Don't come at Deborah that way. Is that her name, Deborah?
Deborah Harkness. Yeah.
Don't come at Deborah.
I'm
Young
so
Deb tried.
She's really good at like the history and like the intellectual part of it, but the romance, these two are supposed to be falling in love and I don't see it. But I saw it in the show because their chemistry together is great.
Yeah. The last part of the book I remember reading is when
Need
we
to
went to the library looking for vampires and then he showed up and that was it. That was all I
That was it. That was as far
like,
as you got. So you got 20 pages. Great.
I don't appreciate being called out in such a way. I'm just
She's like, it might have been 25.
it would have been the first 3 sentences.
Oh no.
Yeah. It was just a book that I've never opened a book so fast and was like, nah. Like other than that, the shade of magic by V. Schwab. I did not like that book at all. I was just like,
I really like that book.
yeah, I couldn't do it. And I feel bad because most people do. And I was like, nah,
Like, this isn't for me.
nope.
They need to let that book/movie series go. Twilight, I feel like they will forever link and compare things to Twilight because it was such a blockbuster and because it was so popular. So they're like, oh, if people think this is like Twilight, they'll watch this or they'll read this. You know, it's complete marketing tactic.
Yeah, but it's trash.
Trash.
It's a trash marketing thing.
Yep. So, yeah, that tangent. Yeah, and what I found annoying in this book, this one, that Annabeth and Clarice were like keeping
Buddy
things
buddy?
and they're like all buddy buddy. I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like it.
I mean, but I think Annabeth is a snake in the grass. So it makes sense that she would want to go hang out with another snake in the grass so they could be out here snaking.
Snaking. They'll just be two snakes.
In the grass.
Yeah, this was the same page where she's like, Luke must have known about the labyrinth and entrance. He knew everything about camp. And this was Percy thinking, I thought I heard a little pride in her voice, like she still respected the guy as evil as he was. And I'm like, yep, still out there pining for Luke.
I don't know who's worse, her or Thalia.
You know,
Nicole's pining for Luke.
always. Always. I don't know. At least, at least Thalia like did something at the end of the second book where she kind of took herself out of the equation. Twilight is total trash, giving vampires a bad name.
As a vampire myself. No, I'm just kidding.
As a part of the community.
I'm a Kool-Aid drinker myself. I'm gonna say this. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, here's Snakin.
Listen, doing the backstroke in the grass.
And Bree, since you are a part of Vampire, I'm going to need you to, okay, we'll talk about it later. We'll set it up.
I'm going to live forever.
I'm going to live forever. She needs to
really
get over it. And honestly, I don't think she will until something very tragic happens where Luke betrays her so bad, because he's out here betraying literally everybody else. Until it's personal and happens to her, I don't think she'll.
It did happen to her. He tricked her in the last book.
And but now she's thinking that he's being controlled. So she's like,
snake in the grass. And you know what? Another thing that made me be like, she's a snake in the grass, is when one of the monsters was like, "You have a decision to make, and when you make the decision, let us know." So I'm like, okay, Uncle Rick, you want to tell us what the decision is? And it's the fact that she didn't even share this decision with Percy, who shares everything with her. So I was just like, you a snake in the grass. And that's on what? Mary had a little lamb.
And she would not give everybody the full prophecy that she heard from the oracle. She would not. She's like, "Oh, I forgot." Where even Percy was like, you remember everything. Like, no.
Exactly. And then the fact that she wouldn't even tell Kyron what it was about. She was like, "No, but I need them. No, I need them." And it's like, you just chose people to sacrifice. It's like if Tyson loses his life because you on that fuck snake shit, I'm gonna have to give you these virtual literary hands. And that's on what? Mary had a little lamb.
If that happens, I will be so angry. Books will go in the freezer.
You and the book in the freezer.
In the freezer. Time out. Think about what you did when I open this book again. That better not be what I read.
I'm just saying, put it in the smoker.
Oh.
Burn it. No, I'm just kidding.
Burn it.
Don't burn the book. Isn't it illegal? Isn't it illegal to burn books?
I don't know if it's illegal.
Okay. Well, it probably not, but I just feel like it's illegal in my mind.
It is. From my own personal ethical standpoint, yes, it's illegal. Yes.
I'm like, don't quite sound
actually being against the law, probably not.
Yep. Dang. We all can't break the rules.
Oops. Okay, Joey. I know that's a Friends thing, but I've never seen an episode of Friends in my life, so silence.
Okay, I'm not shocked because you've never seen it. I just assume that all the white culture knows it. Like everybody who's white has seen it. They know all the references, and you standing here as a white woman and telling me out of your human mouth that you've never seen Friends. I just feel, I don't know how to feel. Give me some time.
I've seen like memes and I've seen like parts of episodes, but I've never seen an episode all the way through. Never. The book has
an outlier.
Huh?
I said this one right here is an outlier. Because if I hear one more Friends reference, and I watch it too, so I'll be like, we got Friends cups in my house right now.
I just could not. It was never something that I watched because I know everyone like watches it like it's a comfort show. Like they've seen every single episode at least 4 or 5 times. Like Jen, she has it on in the background when she literally does everything. And I don't know. I was too busy watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Charmed. I wasn't watching Friends.
Yeah, I was watching all of that stuff. And then when I came to college, to all white college, people are like, and then I was watching it, and I was like, "There's no black people."
No.
And people were like, "But it's just so good," and I was like,
I
"But
mean,
there's no black people." So then I started watching it, and then I fell in love with Joey because he's hilarious.
yeah.
And then I'd also think Chandler's hilarious. And and then it was like we were on a break. That episode took me out. And then the other episode,
I've
he was
seen
like
that kind of
pivot.
clip.
Yeah. The one was like pivot, pivot. And then another one of my favorite episodes when they were competing for Monica and Rachel's apartment. And then Chandler came in on top of a giant like fake duck. And he was just like, oh,
What?
so tight. Yeah,
I've never seen that. I've
yeah,
never.
it's hilarious. But I just feel like you don't always have to do stuff that's white culture. So don't do that.
It's like you don't have to.
No.
On Mary had a little lamb, books in the freezer. I've gotten everything I gave for Heather. How are you, hon? It should
Yeah,
be legal. Yes.
it should be. It should be.
I've never seen Friends. Yes. High five.
Wow. White culture is showing out tonight. Showing out tonight.
I didn't know that, but Joey did do that. I know. He did because Jen
Yeah.
reminds me every time I put my book in the freezer. She's like, Joey does that. I'm like, yes, because you remind me every time I do it.
Yeah.
I'll give you some time. I'll give you all the time you need.
Sometime.
Those are good too. Oh, the Buffy and Charmed.
Yeah. Not a nan. Not a nan black person in
Oh, you're like
sight.
nope. Can't see him.
The struggle. Friends is a copy of a British show called Coupling.
I didn't know that.
Wow. And I did know that, Deidre, about the next comment. Admitted to stealing.
Friend admitted to stealing the format from the show Living.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just white people out here.
Just taking other people's good things and calling it their own.
True colonizer type behavior.
It's like, nope, this is mine now. Mine.
Yeah. Admittedly stole it. But the thing I love is like the actresses and actors of Living Single, even though they're like, they're older now, they still not letting it down. So every time they be in a interview, they'd be like, and this is how friends robbed us. And
I wouldn't either. In an epic reading club. Oh, sorry.
And that's on what? Reparations needed. Amen.
Hey. Seriously. I would not let it go either.
Yeah.
There is no such thing as original content. That's true.
No.
Original idea anymore.
I will say that, yeah, it's very hard to find original stuff these days.
Like you've never seen it anywhere.
Yeah. What I'm saying. Oh, Heather. That booktube slump, I get it. It was all of March for me. It's turning around slowly.
Not all of March.
Yeah, did I tell you I read like 3 books?
In March?
Mm-hmm.
3 whole books? I mean, 3 whole books. It's better than 0.
But that's not what I usually read.
I know. I do.
I was like,
all my ideas are original unless otherwise advertised.
I ain't gonna lie. I try to be as original as I can be on BookTube, but they be like too many good stuff that I'd be like, okay, I can do something adjacent, or I can do something like alike.
Adjacent.
But I do try to always give credit though.
Yeah. It's just shout the person out. It's so simple. Because I'm like, I can't come up with original ideas to save my life. So I'm like, I saw this on this person's channel, or I have a whole playlist of like tags that I want to do. Like I have a whole playlist, and it's like just so I know like where I saw it, like where it came from, because I don't want to be that person.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're right. Okay.
I'm a very tangential person, so I get it.
I love it. I love it. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, okay. When Nico was trying to talk to the underworld, and instead of using like blood and those kind of like magic ritual things, he's
Yeah.
using like McDonald's cheeseburgers and French
I
fries.
forgot about that. But the things they're like, oh, this is an offering. Like
Yeah,
even Percy threw like some cooked meat in the fire, and I was
right,
like, how are these things an offering? Because when I think of an offering, I think of a live thing.
right, right.
So, yeah.
And like McDonald's. I love this quote. It's like the ghost that's been talking to Nico and kind of telling him like kind of feeding him the lies. In my day, we used animal blood, the ghost mumbled. It's perfectly good enough. They can't taste the difference. And Nico's like, I treat them with respect. I treat them with respect. So I gave him the McDonald's Happy Meals. And he's like, can I at least keep the toy?
But he's such a young kid. Of course he would say that, you know?
Oh, gosh.
I also in that same like I don't know if it was in that same chapter, but I really thought I'm trying to think like there was a part where Percy agreed to clean up the poop
Oh, in the stables. Yeah,
in the
the
stables
animals, or
and
not
then
the cannibals,
the horses or
the
something?
horses. Yeah, they're like meat eating horses or something, and they eat people and basically whatever comes in their path. It was
And
so
no, and they were like, "Eat him," and then he was like, "Well, I guess this isn't the Pegasi, you know."
wow.
I guess this ain't them.
He's like, I'm gonna try and talk to these horses because I can talk to horses.
Yeah.
Bree is super creative. I love her stuff. You deserve all the credit.
Oh my God, that seems like lies.
Not, not lies.
I just don't feel I'm super creative. Maybe it's because I've been in this slump and I got no content right now.
You'll get it back. You'll get it back.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I was working on that today.
Yay. How like an 11, yeah, 11 and 12-year-old who think McDonald's is the best thing since sliced bread.
I remember being that age and being like, "Come on, mom, just give me that them chicken nuggets in the barbecue." So I'm not asking for a lot. She's like, "I'm gonna go home and make you chicken nuggets."
It's not the same.
I was just like, "What?" Or I'd be like, "I just really want a burger. I'm gonna go home and make you a burger. I'm gonna put peppers and onions." And I was like, "What?" But
Yeah.
now as a grown adult, I'm like, "Mom, you trying to make me a burger?"
Yeah. You appreciate it now.
Mhm.
When you were young, 10, 11, 12, it's just like, you're leaving the store, you're driving because there's a McDonald's on every corner, right? You're
Yeah,
driving by like, "Oh, mom, let's get McDonald's." And mom's like, "We got food at home." Or you just bought all this food and it's like, "But it's
yeah.
not the same."
Or when your mom is like, "Do you got McDonald's money?" And I was like,
Yeah. And she
"No,
always said like, and who's gonna pay for this McDonald's? And I was like, "You."
you." I'm like,
Who's gonna pay for this McDonald's? Um, the ghost want sweet tea? I think they were dumping all kinds of stuff in there. It's probably some sweet tea.
man, they were like, "Look." And then Nico's like, "I kept trying. You kept trying with a large fry?"
He's just pouring it in. He's like, have it all.
Kept trying with a large fry.
Yeah,
Oh, that was a good
Nico's
one.
the same, Heather. The poop would have stayed there. Yep.
Yeah, I'd have been like, "Nah, it's
Well,
gonna
they
be a
just
no for me." And I really thought like the what was it? The goddess? What was the person who was protecting the sea or protecting the water near it?
mm, the naiad.
Yeah, the naiad. I was like, she's great.
Yeah, she's like, you know what that's gonna do to my ecosystem? All this poop. Oh, especially because of how it was described. Like it was like just mounds of it everywhere. I'm like, no.
I was like, why did you not cover your nose? Like, why wasn't that described? Like, he found a rag and covered his nose. It was like you was just breathing in that manure.
Yeah, if you didn't read it, it didn't happen. He did not have any kind of face covering to protect his senses from that smell. That's for sure.
It all seems like a setup, and I'm gonna say that.
I mean, yes, that's all. That's what we have to say. say that.
I got nothing to say on that.
She's like, I don't know. Was that me? Yes, that was you.
I'm basically a basic tag.
Great.
No activity of
That's lost my little lamb.
So me. To be fair, a readathon has like been created. Like so for me, creativity is like something out the norm. So people create readathons, and it's like, okay, granny, I can give you that. But that was just because I talked to my granny about a lot of stuff. I don't know. I'm over here really trying to downplay it.
You are. You're like, let me be humble, but no,
Yeah.
we're gonna lift you up.
Yeah, my friend is always like, "What?" Like one time I was like, I just don't feel like I'm smart. And she like cursed me out
Yes.
in a diner of all places.
Public.
I said, we're in public. Like, I'm just trying to eat this bagel.
I'm just trying to. Yes, it was such a great video.
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you.
Whenever I'm talking about you, Bree, and the auto captions in YouTube, before you go in and fix it, it
Yeah.
says Brie, like the Brie cheese, like the French cheese for your name all the time. I was like, so close.
Yeah. So my personal Instagram is like it has the brie cheese. It's like a play on cheese. But it's also funny because I can't eat cheese because then I will die and really blow up that toilet.
Dang. So that's really the only place you can have your cheese.
Really. Was just there.
This is why you need to be bragging on your credentials more.
Yeah. Oh, Heather, speaking of just a moment of just a tiny moment tangent. Heather and I were talking about something the other day. Heather, just remind me what we're talking. I don't remember. And then I was just like, yeah, I have a forensic psychology master's. And Heather was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I have a master's in forensic psychology. And she was like, why aren't you telling people this?
Bow down. Bow down.
She just like went in, and I was like, I better not say any other academic things I have. So yeah.
I feel like I'm not smart enough for this live stream anymore.
No. One of the funniest things is when like I'm in a group with my friends and they're like, Bree got 12 bachelors, which I don't. I have 4, but people like to like exaggerate. People like to exaggerate, but anyway. All right, Percy Jackson.
You're like, enough about me, Percy.
Yeah. Young Percy, if you will. Young Percy. Let's talk about Nico and his love of fries.
His love of French fries.
And the number 3 on the McDonald's meal.
Agreed. I quit at an associate degree.
Who needs it? There's sometimes I go, girl, you got a couple degrees you don't use. I use them in other ways, but
it was something about watching Supernatural and another crime show and being easily creeped out.
Yeah, that's true. I don't get creeped out though.
Merely full. A measly full.
Although Supernatural is scary.
I love Supernatural.
Yeah, I can't watch it alone. Fuck that.
You got to watch it during the day with enough time to watch some funny stuff so you can relax and go to bed.
It really be having me like yesterday.
You'll hear every single noise in your house.
My
That
roommate
happens
thinks
to
it's
me.
funny that I have a bat. I'm like,
I have
no,
a
he's sneaking in.
I have a bat with a lead core. Yep.
Well, I don't know if this seems stainless steel, the bat I have. It seems like it's about that life. Yeah. Since you spoiled them earlier, just not gonna.
I know. I apologize. We'll just pretend that didn't happen.
I think I tried to cover it up for you.
You did. And you did. It was fantastic. No one even heard me.
Nope. I scoop poop.
Deidre's in the club clapping.
Round of applause.
For Bree, my co-hostess. It's fantastic. Sleeping with salt next to the bed. You got to do a ring of salt around your bed so you're protected when you're sleeping.
Straight up. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie. I remember one time my mom had holy water and I was convinced the devil was in the house. I just kept going around like, I rebuke you. I rebuke. I was just
No.
going.
Oh no.
My mom was mad because I used all her holy water. Oh,
You
well.
used all
I just thought, we had to get the devil up out of there.
you have to.
Yeah, but here we are, just living.
You said you can read it all day, but can't watch without being terrified. I will sacrifice my husband before I go in the basement after watching Supernatural. I'm not about to die via a ghoul.
Seriously. I can read it all day. I'm talking about because I thought thriller was as scary as it get. But now that I'm reading a lot of horror,
Mm-hmm.
it's so good. So yeah, I can read it all day. But
I
telling
told
me
you
to watch
about
it?
I
Huh?
told you about when I was reading The Only Good Indians, and then I just saw the light reflecting off my dog's eyeballs in the middle of the night. I'm like, bah!
I'm not gonna lie, still to this day, there is no book I've read except wait, what was I forgot. It was an anthology of horror. I always wanted to talk about this book on my YouTube channel. I don't know why I haven't. But it's an anthology of horror stories written, and one of the stories, Stephen Graham Jones wrote it.
Mhm.
But there's the last chapter of The Only Good Indian scared the shit out of me. It just really came together so beautifully
Yes.
in such in a horrific way that I was just like, oh my God. But in this book, whenever I figure out the name is that have all these horror stories, there's a horror
Mhm.
story about this family who pretty much body snatches people. And it talks about how they peel off the skin and get into this body, and
Oh,
then but then when they want to take a break and just be you know
themselves.
corporal, what is it, non-corporal, whatever the word is,
Oh,
they'll
yeah.
tie their bodies to a chair or to a wall so that when the body wakes up, because it's alive while they're using it, it's not dead.
Right. So they're just inhabiting. Okay, that's
Yeah, so when they leave the body, they'll tie it to something so they can get right back in it. And I'm like,
and that was in by Stephen Graham Jones?
I don't know if that one was by him, but
And it was, in an anthology book.
it was
Okay,
in an anthology book.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to get, a lot of his books, and I was at my used bookstore the other day, like I
Hey,
always
yeah.
am, and I found this one.
Oh, I just read Mongrels. I don't like it as much as The Only Good Indians, I would
No,
say.
and then I got this one.
Ooh, All the Beautiful Sinners. I didn't even know that was a book.
Yeah,
Oh,
apparently,
yeah, she
he
had a
has
really
a
nice
pretty
structure. Huh?
extensive he has a pretty extensive backlist.
Really?
Yeah. So,
I thought maybe he had 5 books.
pretty, so I'm like, "Okay, here we go."
I was trying to look, and then my phone said, "We dead, B. We dead."
Not We're Dead.
But I got this one recently from Regina Renee.
Whisper Down the Lane.
I
Oh.
think, yeah, it's an arc. She sent it to me, and let me read what it's about because I can't remember. But it's a mind-bending psychological thriller for fans of horror and true crime, inspired by the McMartin preschool trials and the satanic panic of the 1980s.
Oh, Satanic
So,
Panic of the 1980s.
yeah.
I've only read one indie horror novel, and thankfully I enjoyed it, but no more. I have no plans to. My hubster
Yeah.
likes horror movies, so I'm forced to watch a lot of them.
It
Yeah,
be like that.
if I wanna watch a horror movie, I have to watch it by myself. My husband will not go with me. Or Lock Every Door. I haven't read that one.
It was okay.
It was okay?
I thought the ending was a letdown,
Oh,
but it was okay.
it was okay. I was
But then I got this as an arc. It's a romance novel.
Really?
Yeah.
For all time? Oh, I let me see the cover again. It looks really pretty.
Yeah. The author
Um,
is a Black woman, and she wanted Black women, or I think it was Black women or Black people, to read it. So she
yeah,
sent out arcs.
that looks so pretty. When
Yeah.
is it coming out? You said it's an arc,
Ooh.
right?
Yeah. When it's coming out, that is a very good question. Oh, it says it comes out on sale September 28th.
September?
So I've
That's
gotten it pretty early, I guess.
yeah, that seems like a very long way away. But hey, it so I'm looking at Stephen Graham Jones' author profile on Goodreads. And it's pretty. Well, that's really bright. Sorry, I'll turn down the brightness.
No.
So, like, it's pretty.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's
It
no
keeps
way.
going.
There's
It
no
keeps
way I'll get through all of those.
it keeps
God, it's
going.
never ending.
Yeah, it keeps going. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna try to read as many as I can, but no.
yeah, and a lot of them are, no longer in print. So,
Oh shoot.
bookstores, eBay. Oh, I should do that. I should look on eBay, even though I'm not allowed on eBay anymore.
Yeah, I'd be like that. Night of the Mannequins. I can't wait to read. So I just read the first paragraph of this book, so I'm probably gonna start reading a bunch. I just gotta let y'all know this is a great first paragraph.
Oh,
So it
yay! Read
goes.
that. Read it.
It goes, you know why fairy tales suck? Not because they create unrealistic relationship ideas for girls, even though they do. It's because Cinderella and those other hags just sat around and waited for something to happen. They
Um,
waited and talked to birds and wished and hoped, and eventually someone some handsome kidnapper appeared out of the blue sky and set their life in motion. In real life, you have to actually do something. You have to get off your butt and send Prince Charming a text if you want a chance at happy ever after. Mirror, mirror on the wall, I wish I didn't look like shit before the ball.
That's so good. That's good. I love that.
Yeah, say less, sis. I'm gonna start reading you soon.
Awesome arc. Waiting on that romance review. Gotta read. Yeah. I've never watched or read horror in my life. Many of them are novellas. Yeah, because I have Mapping the Interior, which I'm going to be reading this weekend, and it's very short. It's very short.
Oh,
Well,
really? That's
yeah.
was one I wanted to read.
Hold on, it's in this bag over
Oh,
here.
it's called For All Time. I'm actually gonna talk about it in one of my videos. I just don't know. For All Time by Shanna Miles. I'm gonna write it in the text in the chat because I think that might be easier.
It's in this bag that I still haven't put away yet. Yeah, so Mapping the Interior. It's pretty short.
I'm gonna text this to you in the chat, and then can you copy paste?
Yes.
Okay, I sent it to you in our private chat.
Yeah. Copy. Paste. Post. Chat. For all time. So yeah,
Yeah.
Mapping the Interior, it's very short. It's only like, don't read words.
I
100
honestly, huh? Let me see.
108 pages.
Oh, I can get that on Kindle then.
Yeah.
Okay, I might do that. Now you're just having me thinking now. So I'm wondering like because I'd be like, oh, how do you give reviews and talk? And there'd be like such good parts of a book that I just want to say. Maybe I'll start doing a little teaser.
Yeah.
Nice.
Love to tease up some
My phone is
handsome
telling me I need to
kidnapper.
take medication. Yeah.
Okay. Tangent.
Cool. I was about to say,
Okay.
ooh, get this book so we can buddy read it, but I'm the one that has it.
You're the one. You're the one.
But I will say, if I finish it soon, I can send it to you, and then is that okay? And you send it back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Nice.
love that.
Also,
My heart.
I need you, Heather and Deidre. I don't know who else in the chat who reads romance to read this book with me. It's a horror paranormal romance. We've talked about this book before, Midnight Rain, and this is my favorite book of all time.
Favoriteest?
I've already read it, but I want to reread it, and I want to read it with people. Midnight Rain
Midnight.
by Holly, and shout out again to, I think her name was no, what was her name? Bethany. Yes, Bethany found the book for me because I couldn't find my favorite book. I forgot the author's name and the name of the book.
And the name of the book. It
To
happens.
be honest, this book is why I'm an avid reader.
Yeah? I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote it down. I'm going to buy it.
Oh, so
Got
good.
it. Now if I just remember because my memory is trash.
Right.
Yeah, that happens. My memory is terrible too. Okay, so my next post-it note, Deidre says, say less. Writing that one down too. I've never heard of it. Interesting. Nice. And she's Heather. Oh God, not horror. She's like,
It's not horror, it's a thriller.
thriller.
I ain't gonna lie, there were some parts that was creepy.
So you're really selling it. Okay, one more post-it note before we've covered everything. It's basically when he was looking at the dirt and he was seeing like those,
Yes.
yeah, those kind of like fossilized seashells and stuff, and she was like, there was water here. There was like before there were gods, and it was just Gaia, and this whole place was water. So he did it. He threw like one of those like fossilized shells, and water just was there, and they're like salty water. Those horses were like, please don't give us another salty bath.
Yeah.
So his powers are either getting stronger or he's just discovering what all he can do. Like he's just scratched the tip of the iceberg kind of thing.
Yeah. I can't wait till all of his powers become fully actualized. But I will say the thing I like most about him is when he go to sleep and like can be where other people are at. I also like his link to Grover.
Yes, it's still there. I like that too.
Right. But I don't know if I'm spoiling it what I'm about to say. A sad part about his sword, when I found out, I won't say what it is if people ain't that far, but when I found out who made his sword and what it was, like the process to make it, yuck.
Yeah.
You already read it.
Yeah.
If you left for 13.
Yeah.
I was like, this is gross. So
this is nasty.
But I will lie. I almost finished this book, like completely finished it, because I was like, oh yeah. And then I was like, oh, this is chapter 12.
Oop. Oh. I know.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. So that was chapters 1 through 10 and some of 11 of Percy Jackson in the Battle of the Labyrinth.
Yeah. Oh, a question for y'all. If we read one of the books every 2 weeks, would that be too fast?
Not for me.
Thank you for coming through.
Thank you. Really appreciate you. Mwah. Have a great night.
Thank you for coming.
So one book every 2 weeks. I can do it.
Yeah.
I can't remember anything if you vaguely reference it, but it's not all about me.
Heather, I was dying laughing at your witch recommendation video today. I was like, Heather is hilarious.
I need to watch that.
It's the cut when you were drinking something. I was just laughing. I was like, she's so funny. But I'm not gonna lie, there was some of your recommendations. It was the one where they were a demon and then they like had to sacrifice somebody. I really want to read that romance. So I have to go back and write the name down. But it was like
Write it down.
the witch and the demon, and then they had to sacrifice people, and I was like, what? They had to sacrifice the witch. I feel like
that's
that's
a
a decent
decent
case for
pay.
middle grade. Okay, cool.
No, but that is only because I'm here for the ride, not actually reading along.
Ah,
We can put it in Discord. What do you think?
true.
I need coffee.
Same.
Get yourself some coffee.
Same, but you know what I feel
If it's
about
this
that
late
when it
and you
comes to
drink
your sleep.
coffee, yeah. If it's this late and you drink coffee, how will it affect your sleep?
How would it affect that deep REM sleep? Just
Oh,
saying, think about it.
she's got this for you.
Oh, the sacrifice. Hold on. Why is everything dead?
Want me to write it down for you?
Yeah, everything's dead. My computer is like, we have 5%. It's like, hold up, okay? You're too loud.
You're
You're being rude.
Jessica.
I
Okay.
know you read a lot on your Kindle, right? So
Heather? Yeah, she does.
yeah, so okay, Kindle for $2.99 right now. Is that a like typical sale? I feel like I'm being set up.
That's set up.
Anyway, I just purchased it. $2.99.
She said, coffee in my video. LOL. I'm not doing it now. I'm not a psycho.
Not the psycho. Okay.
Pen and paper.
Yeah.
I always have pen and paper.
It'd be like that. It'd be.
I was gonna say I can just message you the book.
Oh no, I just found it. I just found it on Amazon.
Well, I'm gonna write it down and then message you later.
Like, don't forget to get it. Don't forget.
Her prices are cheap, so cheap. Yes, that is typical. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool. We got it.
Cool.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to. Do you have or anybody else in the chat have a reading light?
I do. I have a
Yeah.
reading light. Yeah.
Cause I just got my first partnership for YouTube. Boop boop. And they sent me the light, y'all. This light is dope. Even though I'm supposed to do this on my video, I just had to show y'all the light.
Yeah.
This light is so dope. So
Cool.
look at that. It's levels to it.
Wow. That last one is bright.
And it's like you touch it.
Oh wow. I don't have anything fancy like that.
It's like, hold up, let me see.
Can you flip it on like anything?
I can moonlight it. There's a situation. And then there was light.
Wow, that's bright. Holy moly, that's bright.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
This is my new camera.
You're like, I'm throwing away the ring light. I got this book light.
I don't need it. So anyway.
Michelle's got you. She messaged you the book too.
Oh, finally. I feel like
Michelle,
everybody know I be falling apart.
Michelle has a book, like a reading light. So does Jess. Doesn't typically use it. Mine's super old too.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be putting a link where you can find it, telling you about the product. And I also have a code. So if you want a light, you can get a light.
I do want a light.
Yeah, so I'll be doing all that.
Yeah, Heather, you need to invest in some blue light reducing glasses if you're going to be reading on your Kindle or on your phone.
Oh, I have him.
I have them too.
Because I'm telling you, I be struggling.
These are mine.
I might buy one of my children. That's too
And then you
funny.
have movie sponsorship. You get one, you get one. I'm gonna get my husband one, even though you don't read.
Yeah, I'm trying to
I like the light
figure.
too. I like it
Huh?
too. I like that light.
It is. It's the touch screen for me. I'm just really, really into the touch screen thing.
Mhm.
I'm like,
These are
okay.
so dusty. You're going to be seeing a lot of these glasses when I do my reading blog or my writing blogs for this month, because instead of reading blogs, it's NaNoWriMo this month. So you're going to be seeing some writing blogs.
Okay, say more. What's NaNoWriMo?
NaNoWriMo stands for National Novel Writing Month. It's normally,
Oh,
they have one in November. That's the actual like National Novel Writing Month. But then they
okay.
have camps in April and I believe in June or July. And the goal is to write 50,000 words so you can complete your novel.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, there's a website. You go in there, you create your project and you track your words and it gives you it's nice. It holds you accountable and you can see how well or bad you're doing
So you're telling me you a writer on the low?
on the DL.
I'm here for it. Do you write fan fiction?
I write fan fiction and original work.
Okay, light brag.
Okay. And I have one, two, three, four completed works. They're completed.
Wow. Are you going to publish them?
That's the goal. That's the goal. I wanted to do it last year, but then, COVID sucked my motivation for everything.
Hater. Who
So, but
needs
I
it?
do two of those completed works are on second round beta reads. So we just got to go through edits and yeah,
Okay. Wow. Well, I'm hoping that it all works out.
me too. Me too. But I'm also like terrified. So
Yeah,
I'll probably
same.
just complete these and like never show them to anybody. So there's that.
No, don't do that. You gotta clean that. You gotta clean that original work.
I hate wearing them if I'm oh yeah, laying on your side doesn't really work out.
Nah.
Regular glasses, so I don't need extra, but I bet my eyes would like me more if I did get can you get that can you get that, like, if you have, like, prescription glasses, you can get that.
Yes, you can. They're really expensive though, but you can. Ooh,
Okay, Nicole,
sorry.
but what's the original work genre or something? I write romance.
Of course. I wouldn't expect nothing different.
One is kind of like dystopian, futuristic, um, like post-World War III kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
And one is one's a historical, but kind of like light fantasy too, because it's about pirates, but also has mermaids and kraken and things like that.
I'm gonna need the mermaid one.
And then one's a contemporary.
Wow. I'm gonna say this. I thought you were gonna say tentacle porn,
I
but you
mean,
didn't say
it's in the works.
that.
Bree. It's in the works. I stay up in bed and read my Kindle too. Very cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
You can get blue light coating on your glasses. Yes. Would you be trying indie or traditional? That is the question. That is the question. Indie publishing is a lot of work. It's a lot of work and you're putting your own money in, to doing it and but traditional publishing, like honestly, like you can be rejected so many times and I can't handle it. My fragile ego.
It honestly be like that.
But it was just I'm following Julianne Lindsay. Y'all know I talk about Julianne Lindsay a lot on my channel. She is releasing an indie published cozy mystery series this year, and just I'm following her while she's doing that, and it's like she's just a goddess. She like it's so much work, and she's uh but I mean I know if I could just like buckle down and do it, it's
Mhm.
it can happen, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but I read romance. You
I don't know
know,
if you know this, but it's my jam and butter.
and the butter and
You
butter.
know, my friend just well, he just published his novel,
Oh
and
yeah.
I don't typically read his stuff, but he's getting a lot of good feedback. It's called The
Nice.
Forever Sea.
Hold on, let me write it down. What is it called again?
Mhm. The Forever Sea.
The Forever Sea.
Yeah, I hope I'm saying it right. Let me make sure. I just returned it back to the library.
Okay.
Yep, The Forever Sea.
Like sea as in ocean.
Yep. Oh, his
Okay.
name is Joshua. Joshua Johnson.
Okay. When I first like was handing out my manuscript for beta readers, like the level of fear and anxiety, like clumps of hair were falling out of my head. Like I'm just like, read this and I need you to tear it apart because I want it to be good. Like I want you to tell me every little thing that's wrong with this because it needs to be better, but
Yeah,
also be gentle because I'm fragile. Like
for real. Like we're not trying to get our hearts crushed.
yeah.
Oh,
It says
yeah.
no. The Forever Sea. Like
Yep,
that's how okay.
The Forever Sea.
Got it.
Yeah, it's about like pirates. It's a pretty
Oh,
much predominantly female cast, and it's a
nice.
lot
Nice.
going on.
Also, just so you know, you can get a book deal and have a publisher who doesn't help. Probably, yeah, that's true. You can be traditionally published and they don't push your stuff.
Dang.
Hmm.
See, that's the stuff that have me fighting. I'm like, okay, now I got to beat people up, and it's just a lot.
It's like it's the marketing. It's like whatever they think is going to sell the best, that's what they push the best, you know. And it's like, come on, you're like you got to give everybody a chance, you know.
The struggle, the
But
absolute struggle.
yeah. But I'm really excited. I got a new keyboard, I got a new mouse. I'm all ready. It has
Like
yet
one
to
of
be
those
delivered.
clicking ones.
Yeah, it's like the retro typewriter ones. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be delivered till tomorrow, and I'm like, well, how am I gonna write tonight?
Well, you gotta let me know how you like about that keyboard because I've been wanting to get one, even
Mhm,
though I just bought mine like less than a couple months ago.
mhm,
Um, I still, ever since I've seen the one that's the retro ones, I just
mhm.
need it. I like need it.
Go look on the channel Rebel ASMR, and I'll put it in the
Okay.
chat. Rebel ASMR. She has an ASMR video where um she like she has one of those and she's just typing on it because you know the ASMR, it's like the clicking and the tingles and stuff. And so it's literally, I think, like a 30-minute video of her just going to town on this keyboard. So that's what I was like. I've seen those in the past, but that was the video where it's like, I'm getting one. I'm getting one of these.
Yeah. Yeah. My friend who has the channel, the Cerebral Hedonist, Harley,
Oh yes. Hmm.
when they do lives, they do the keyboard SMR, and I'm always like,
It's so nice. It's so
mm-hmm,
relaxing.
it is. I'm like,
And I
yeah,
feel like it would just keep me motivated to keep hearing the clicks, you know, like to get those words on the page, you know.
true that, true
Publishing
that,
is
true
the
that.
word. Publishing is the word.
Y'all, I'm really excited. Side note, I found my code. I was like, oh my God, I just
And
told
for your
you I
night,
have a code for the light, and I don't have a code.
you're like, I just told all these people that I have a code.
I lied. But no, I see the code. It's so
Awesome.
weird seeing my name in the code. Okay.
That's awesome. I love that. All right. Well, anything else anybody wants to chat about?
You girls that you know, assume the computer's gonna die.
Yours? No.
It's like,
First,
you know what?
no,
I'm gonna head out.
you're just gonna be cut off.
It's just really not fair at this point.
Success.
Success.
Gotta write
Anyway,
that. I have a whiteboard that's right here, and I'll just write that word, success,
yeah.
on it.
Yep. I have this thing here. It says, take off your shoes and enjoy the vibe.
Take off your shoes and enjoy the vibe. Yes.
Yeah,
I keep missing Harley's lives, but I like to watch them when I can.
Yep.
I just like that. I just like it.
Coralie.
She's like, hey, I'm still here. Perfect timing, though.
Perfect timing. Well, we will see y'all later.
I love all of you. Bree. Thank you so much. I love you so much. And we will see you in the next one.
Yep.
Oh, here, hold on. I have these perfectly good banners that I can just, whoop, there we go. There we go. So if you want to take a screenshot. Yay. So you know what our next one is.
All you need is these plants. That's all you need. I went looking for apartments today, and he was like, you're really interested in the windows. I was like, I got about 45 plants. I got to make sure that they can shine in here.
Yes. And they can thrive.
Yeah, gotta make sure. Because it's not even my biggest plant. This is like one of my smaller ones.
Wow.
Anyway.
I love your love for your plants.
I love them. My babies.
Oh. Thank you so much. Good night, everyone. We'll see you in the next one. Okay.